Hello, I am the Dark Knight Apologist, and welcome back to Dark Knight Apologetics. Hello, I am your host, Jeremy, and this is my new series, Debunking Bad Interpretations of the Bible. And in this video, I will be debunking the bad interpretation known as Geocentrism, and presenting an alternative interpretation that aligns with the heliocentric reality we live in, the one where the Earth is a globe and it orbits the Sun. I hope you will enjoy this presentation. Welcome to the footnotes section. This is the footnotes section. Okay, now we are looking at some footnotes. We'll be starting with slide 20. So another way to look at this is from our perspective. The world is motionless and stationary and doesn't move from the perspective of Earth when you're standing on it from our perspective. But from outer space it does look like it's moving. But when looking at things from our vantage point, our perspective, this is how things actually work, it doesn't look like it's moving. So yeah, that's how perspective works. Next footnote would be on slide 35. Let's go down to slide 35. Here we go, slide 35. I'm gonna need to... There, that helps. Now I can actually read this. Another explanation given for Joshua's long day is an eclipse. Some type of an eclipse. In an eclipse you have the either the sun being blocked out by the moon, or the moon being blocked out by the shadow of the earth. So yeah, an eclipse would meet the parameters of Joshua's prayer, and basically the reason I don't favor the eclipse explanation is because we really don't have enough information to say one way or the other of whether or not it was an eclipse, so I usually don't go with that explanation. But yeah, some people will argue that it was an eclipse. So yeah, some people have argued that Joshua's long day was an eclipse. So yeah. Next up would be slide 38. The parhelia is also known as the sun dogs. Sun dogs are extremely misunderstood by the scientifically illiterate because of the bad play on words that comes from spelling dog backwards. So yeah, I don't usually call them sun dogs. I usually will refer to them as a mock sun, or parhelion, or parhelia. It will usually create a halo effect around the sun, created by ice crystals in the atmosphere. It's very neat when you actually see it. Very rare occurrence. It looks very beautiful when you see it. Knowing the science behind it does not take away from the beauty. It's still very beautiful and awe-inspiring. That's kind of how things work. Yeah, I think that's all the footnotes. Goodbye for now. Okay, I wanted to do some stuff for clarity's sake, so that people don't mistake me for saying stuff that I'm not saying. When I say perspective, I'm not talking about how things look. I'm using this more of in a colloquial sense. I'm talking more about how things feel or the motion of the planet. We aren't talking about perspective here. Don't mistake me for talking about perspective. We're talking about how things work in Realityville. You know, where the Earth is a globe. In reality, where the Earth is a globe. You know how things work in reality, where the Earth is a globe. In reality, my clever God made the Earth a globe. My clever, omnipotent God made the Earth a globe in Realityville. That's how it works. We're talking about reality here. Okay? So next up was slide 35. 35. Here it is, 35. Remember, an eclipse can only happen on a heliocentric Earth. You know, where the Earth is a globe, it orbits the sun. Yeah, eclipses can only happen on heliocentric Earth. So, yeah. In Realityville, God made a heliocentric reality. That's how things work in Realityville. Next up was slide 38. Sundogs. They're very beautiful, awe-inspiring. I don't usually call them sundogs. I'll usually go with mock sun or parhelion or parhelia, because sundogs have that whole misunderstood by the scientifically illiterate thing going on there with the whole bad play on words with dog being spelt backwards. Yeah, it's just terrible how the scientifically illiterate get that wrong. I'm not going to fall down that road. Well, for one, I know my science, and for two, I know my science. I don't I don't fall down the road of gullibility. Okay? I think we're good now. Okay? Goodbye. We're done. Goodbye. Signing out from Midwest America, this is the Dark Knight Apologist.